Welcome, Group 1, and you are with Miss Lola Rose, and we got Calm Down in Chaivan. I'll put this with your angel number 8, or 4 and 4, however you want to read that. We also have your Jasper and your Pink Stone, and we have the Way of the Panda deck. So let's see, we'll be doing the cover and cross reading. Whoa, we got some nice all 3 cards pulled out right at the top. So I just need to cross cards right now. 3 pulled out. We got this one. Okay, let's see. What I like about the smaller cards is not only do they shuffle better, but cards do pop out a little bit easier. You saw that stuck to my hand. It's not parlor tricks. It's funny because sometimes I'll watch other readers and I'll start falling asleep and the shuffling sound kind of filters into my sleep. And okay, I'll do this. And when we knock on the deck, we're clearing the deck, okay? And I know they all explain that to you too, but yes, I do. I also knock on the deck. And what that does is, and see, I also have a cinnamon broom. So if you don't see us using the sage and Palo Santo, that means we had already done that. However, because we're talking, a lot of times, if we need to talk for an extended amount of time and we put something smoky in the environment, it's very hard to speak and have that smoky environment. I'm sure you're aware of that. For example, for those who attend church and they do the any kind of incense, you know yourself, a lot of people are coughing and things like that. And if you have a sensitive system, please be aware of that. That's why some people will do the saging before, or maybe they'll sage during the week and let it clear before they do the readings and things like that. But this is another way. This is a scenting type of thing. And this has cinnamon. It's called a cinnamon broom. Or, of course, sometimes they call it a witch's broom or something like that. I never really knew about it until I actually read about it. And I actually bought it by accident because I just thought it smelled very pleasant. And I liked the way it smelled, and my children loved the way cinnamon smells. And it just must have been something that we just gravitated towards naturally. And I read that these were very good to clear spaces. So I actually like that, especially for this kind of space. It's very small. And, so hopefully I'm teaching you something. And, of course, candles are always good. And here we go. Dream big. And that could go for any area of life. Dream big, everybody. Manifest, okay? So now here we go. So the bottom of the deck energy, what that means is what is underlying your reading right now is the 10 of Swords. So I have a big thing. For some reason, I felt a very heavy energy the last few days. I have to look at the astral positioning. I don't know if it's been the weather, or in my neighborhood, there's been a lot of construction. When your area has a lot of construction, remember, there's a lot of you understand. When you have readings, sometimes it's good to study the cards that you get a lot. If you get a lot of repetitive cards, it's always good to educate yourself. Look online. These cards are available to look online. Don't blindly just get cards that go, oh, okay, yeah. Or, oh, no, I'm afraid of that. Or, oh, those are scary. Don't be afraid of things and not understand what you're looking at. I even tell my children, if you like somebody, always find out whatever it is you can about them. And the same goes for the topics, tarot included. Even Carl Jung was a psychologist, and he actually used tarot to meditate, and I actually have that in my community page. If you're questioning things, and if you want to know a little bit more histories, I'm a Gemini. I research everything, and I was raised by a Scorpio, so I was told to kind of dig deep, and I got that from my mom. And she always loved to dig deep into subjects. That's like the master. Geminis and Scorpios are like the master researchers. Okay, so anyway, going back to the Ten of Swords. So this can stand for many, many things. So I can speak to the community in general and say that this is a heavy energy. It could mean depression, feeling stabbed in the back. It could even mean back surgery, literal. It could be now the hard thing is looking at these cards. It could just be an overall feeling because swords are an emotion. These are more. I shouldn't say emotion. It's a thought. Sorry, my New Yorkies passes through sometimes. It's not that I'm putting on a facade. It's that I do sing a lot and my accent doesn't always come through. People do hear it. It's a sort of a twang, New York twang with Queens, and then also people from my upbringing. I was brought up with a lot of different dialects. I was brought up very multicultural, so I'm not trying to hold on or hide anything. However, I do try to control my diction. Okay, so only so that I'm not speaking too quickly, as I'm sure you understand New York people do, particularly from Queens, New York, where that's my origins. I live in a different state now. I've moved around a lot in my young life, and I had been a bit more settled in my adult years. So thank goodness, right? So, I did that purposely so that my children could be more settled. And, isn't that what it's all about? We just try to make sure that our children didn't, or how do you say that? I tried to make sure that my children have what I didn't have growing up. So if somebody needed to hear that message, there it is. So anyway, I'm not quite sure who needs this message. So what I am looking at is a broken mirror, a red scarf, and Ten of Swords. So I see his face. So I feel like somebody feels betrayed. Right? The red is a sign of betrayal. Swords are particularly is somebody who's feeling very betrayed right now. Let me split this deck because do you see this here? I feel like there's like a fracture here, right? Let's see what this is. Now look at this. Beautiful energy. This is your love reading. Now, Two of Cups. So maybe for some reason I felt like being that this had to be pulled away. Did somebody need to like go away, go on a trip or something without you? Maybe you had like work obligations or other obligations. Maybe you did need surgery and your expectation was for your person to be with you and they couldn't. Maybe they had to go away on business and you feel betrayed. So let's see what this is about. I don't know if that resonates with anybody. So looking at, I can honestly tell you that it wasn't done on purpose, okay? I see a lot of nice cards here, and from what I see, it was not done in a very, it was not done in a bad way, all right? I don't see any malintent, as they say, okay? So let's, if that puts anybody at ease, so you know what? Let me cover, since this is the second group that was pulled out, I'm going to put that on top of, because I feel like the Ten of Swords is more of like an underlying emotion, but the Two of Cups is more of what it's about. It's about your connection, or you were worried about your connection. Of course, it's not going to resonate with everybody. However, and this is the reason why I'm saying this, is because you start out with the Ten of Cups. And look at this. You have the rainbow. You have your little baby. And typically, this could be a single parent raising a child. You have the 10 cups, butterflies, the rain. So this could be maybe a single parent, or maybe, LBGTQ. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, but it could be, any kind of couple or single parent who's raising children by themselves of any type of connection. Okay, it doesn't have any type of how would you say there's no, this is friendly to everybody, this channel. So this is not to say, who's raising this child and what kind of connections or what kind of relationships they prefer. It's not a preferential type of thing. So it's just saying that this is a single parent raising a child. And, but I'm saying that because of the rainbows. I mean, I know typically that there's a few cards out there that have rainbows on. It doesn't mean anything. But I'm just saying, for some reason, that came to mind. That appeals to all. That appeals to all. Now we have the Ace of Coins. So we have maybe a single parent that's just working, a working parent, just somebody trying to make their money. Maybe somebody got a new job offer. And, like they say, the squirrel trying to make the dollars. We got a Fool, new beginnings, more new beginnings. So a lot of new beginnings. So this is what I'm thinking. All of this is by himself, by himself. Look at this. Everything is by himself, by himself, by himself. Here's somebody that's just kind of like doing things by himself. So maybe this Ten of Swords means that this person feels like just lonely. And they long for this. This is what the person wants. Okay? So it can resonate in two ways. Either the person's person had to go away, because here's the challenge. The challenge cards. See, this is where what I'm picking up. I did this intuitively. I wasn't looking where this card. I saw the card, but I didn't see where it was. Six of Swords. So either the person is long distance, or had to go away, or maybe you're planning to move together and it just didn't happen yet, or maybe there was a delay. And the delay will come in sixes. Six swords usually, okay, don't take my timing as law, okay? You'll hear it on out of every reader, because timing it cannot be relevant. You got to take it with a grain of salt, okay? However, swords can mean, sixes can mean anything with a six, and swords can mean weeks. Typically, but you might hear it if you look it up. It could say different things. Okay, so again, it could be anything with a six, or it could be weeks. Okay, but we got Six of Swords. But see, look, you see that boat? What is it made out of? This boat is made out of paper. Does paper do well with water? So this is what concerns me, is that maybe the plans fell through for somebody, or for a bunch of people, because Ten of Swords, in my experience, Ten of Swords comes true a lot. I mean, I just had that recently, and I had a whole bunch of stuff happen to me, like just this past week. I had a very, very bad week. I'm just saying, I'm just sharing a little pin drop. I got the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, and boy, was it a very heavy energy week. That's all I'm saying. And pushing it along, I'm happy to show you we have the Eight of Coins and the Ace of Cups. So I'm not saying you're gonna have a happy, joy, and then all is going to be well and this and that. But what I'm saying is, you still have new beginnings to look forward to and something to build upon. If anything, whether it be that for some people in the collective, they got a new job and you're just kind of plugging away and learning new things, okay, we got a helium balloon that got stuck in the ceiling fan, so basically expect the unexpected. Helium balloon, for some reason I got that song Fly Robin Fly. Fly, Robin, fly up into the sky. So I'm getting like a lot of air, and that resonates with the swords too. So you got, let's look at these numbers. We got ones, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 8, and 10. Sorry, 0, 1, 2, 6, 8, and 10. So it's not a progression. However, it steadily goes up, right? So you do have somewhat of a progression. But what you need to guard against is depression. Now, if you are going through any type of surgery and you're planning for it, I would say there is success. Allow yourself to heal, and as long as you plan ahead. Make sure you have everything just so. Make sure you have your healthcare team. Make sure you have your people waiting for you. Make sure you have your rides arranged. Make sure you have your insurance together. Make sure you see how everything is all netted together. Make sure you have your network together. Okay, this is what that tells me. If that helps you in any way, make sure you have your I's dotted, your T's crossed, and you look over everything. You see them looking carefully at everything. Look over all those papers, whatever it is. If you're signing documents, if you're making any agreements, even if it's your agreements with your employer, or if you have somebody, if you're moving in with somebody, please get everything in writing. Okay? You could love somebody to death. I don't even care if it's your parents. I've said this in another reading. Please be sure that, if you're 25, you don't want to have to be home for an 8 o'clock curfew. Make sure you know what the ground rules are. Okay, especially if you're coming home from work at 6 o'clock and you want to go out for dinner. You want to make sure to cover what's possible and not make sure what the expectations are. Okay, see, do you need to be filling up the car with gas? Do you need to be, maybe they don't want you to pay rent, but they want you to pay the groceries? Where are you supposed to be sleeping? Are you allowed a house guest? Okay, even if it's a roommate, make sure you have everything covered. Cover yourself. See what the ground rules are. See what the expectations are. Make sure you cover yourself. Okay, now, with that said, let's see what this is about a little bit more. What is this about? Who is this about? Is this about a job? Is this about a partner? Can we get some insight about who is this about? Tell our pile one people, our collective, is this about a person, place, or thing? Are they moving? Is this about new work? What happened here? What's happening to our pile one collective? Let me shuffle. Let me get. Oh wow, this. This. Let me do this. Let's do this. Let's pull this. Let's see if one gives us an answer. We have Elizabeth Taylor. Let's see what this says. Don't run so fast that you can't be caught. You can be a big fan of marriage. Just be a bigger fan of diamonds. True friends that last longer than marriage, however many times you marry. Okay, I'm not quite sure. So maybe it tells me either it could be a relationship or a friendship that maybe you are moving in with somebody. Okay, so again, make sure what I just said. It doesn't matter if you're true friends or if you're moving in with a significant other. Make sure you put everything in writing. Remember, speculate, know what the ground rules are, so that you don't have to revisit later and said, well, I said, and da-da-da. They always say, your word is worth the paper that it's written on, okay? If you talk in the air, it fizzles out with the air. No matter how much you love each other, people interpret things differently. Let me pull the next one that was coming out. We got Britney Spears. Remember that Slave for Love? Remember that song? That's where that comes from. Look it up. Look up the words. When gambling with love, hedge your bets. Take the risk of getting hurt. Oh, that's your Ten of Swords. That's your Ten of Swords card right there. So take the risk. Take the risk. Don't come after me, please. But if you were wondering if you should, it's saying, go ahead, don't worry about, go ahead, take the leap. If you really feel like your heart is really in it, take that risk. Because being in love can be toxic But the high is amazing. Look at this. What do you see here? You're 8, right? The angel. Look up your angel number 8. You could write it in the comments, please. From what I understand, if you look up the angel numbers, look up 4 and 8, and you could write it in the comments for me. Trust your family to take care of you when you can't. Whoa, that is also for those who are healing from a surgery. Don't hide it. Don't hide it on you, people. Don't hide away from your people. Let your family take care of you, okay? If you need spine, that particular card, let me show you again. 10 of Swords. Where are the swords? In the spine. Never be ashamed. Never be ashamed. I had 2 spine surgeries, okay? I need another one, okay? Don't hide that from your people. You are going to need the help. And guess what? When you get the help of your family, because for 6 weeks, you're not going to be able to move, and you'll need physical therapy. And guess what? You'll function so much more better. You'll be like a superhuman being if it's done right. Trust me. I had 3 kids after my surgery. Please, put yourself in a better position than you are now. Don't be afraid. But please, research your team. What did I say? Research everything. And please say your prayers, manifest. That's the first thing I said. And I'm telling you, hopefully, please don't come after me. Heaven forbid anything wrong happens. But I'm letting you know, I mean, there's no liability here. I'm just saying, as like a good friend would do for you, is I just want what's best for you. And I just want you to know that if it's something to put you in better health and in a better position than where you are now, whether it be moving to a better location than where you are now, going to a better situation than where you are now, if somebody asks you, please move in with me, I know this is going to be hard for you, but it's going to be a better situation for you, do what's best for you, okay? Or even do what's best for you right now, so that you can move up to that next level. Manifest to that next level. You saw that you had all those ones, all these new beginnings. You were looking for that new beginning. Take that leap. That's your reading for today. Take that leap. Now, you see this? Stay curious. Create your future. And let's pull from the bag of charms. Cover your ears. Sorry if I started. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's just pull some more charms. Oh my goodness. So somebody big like a bear, somebody tall. Somebody likes to wear beanies or caps. Blue, favorite color blue. I'm baby. Oh, be careful for those who don't want more babies. But what did I say? Maybe somebody has children already, or somebody who's trying to take care of kids. Somebody might be into music, or maybe together you'll be creating music, or maybe you just make beautiful music together. Create your future. Okay, now I got the game piece, so be careful. There might be somebody who's like, oh, that person's a player. Oh, don't trust that person. So be careful of the others around you that talk. Okay, I'm going to talk city now. Be careful for those who talk snap about the people that you're with, okay? Because sometimes, your people are protecting you, but sometimes they can lead you into making bad decisions. It's been done to me plenty of times. I'm not saying anything recently. I'm saying like way back in the past, oh, stay with him, he's a good guy, and this, and it turned out to be like the worst people in my life. So please, I'm just saying, please, 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 listen to your gut instinct. How does the person make you feel? Did you ever have a bad feeling? Now, yellow, look up the color yellow. Usually yellow is like a manifestation color. It's also a color of, look up aura colors and look up crystal colors. And it could also stand for like things within the body. I just don't want to make too much. Oh, look how cute. Oh my goodness. Cuddles to the end. You can't get any better than that. And again, there's really something about a same-sex couple. So I'm thinking maybe this might be two women, but you never know. So, like I said, there's no judgment here. And you know, my money kept falling on this. Look, money. Oh, here we go. Money. Get back. And just in case you want a healthy idea, maybe make avocado toast together, or go out and maybe make that, look for some cafes or something like that and make that your, like, how would you say, your first breakfast together. And save $60 a week. Put that in your kitty and go on your vacation together once maybe in 3 months or so. Let me see. I'm trying to come up with the numbers. So what was the lowest? You got ACE 2. So in between 2 and 8 months, go on your first vacation. Okay? So thank you so much for being here. I love you all. And remember, your health is your priority, your new beginnings. And again, don't come at me. It was just your PSA to take care of your health. Trust your doctor team. If you need a second opinion, go for that second opinion. Remember, check out all that paperwork. If you need a lawyer, go to a lawyer. And make sure that everybody's on board, including your family, your friends. But just be careful about, people talking things about, your new person. And love you all. Have a great day. Love you. Yay. Great reading.